everyone, how are you doing? Well, I hope you guys are doing really well, staying healthy, eating well, sleeping well, and doing some homework. Trying to find this time productive. Well, today I'm going to show you how to color the insect drawing that we learned last week using eggshells and other materials. Now, do you remember that I said that if you don't have any thick art paper, you can use any thick paper, for example, a box paper that we call cardboard. So this is a little piece of paper that I cut out of a box that I found at home. The first thing that we're going to do is to prepare this paper with black color all over. You can use any other color to prepare it, but if you use black, then you can use any other color for your insects. So you have a lot of freedom in choosing the color that you want for your insects. Yeah? So you can use acrylic paint and brush and paint it all over. If you don't have acrylic paint and you have black crayon or a black oil pastel, you can use that too. Let's begin. So the way you color it all over. And if you use box paper, you can get these lines. If you don't like it, you can hold your crayon very pointy like this so that you can color in between those lines. But if you like the texture, you can hold it sideways and show the texture too. Now, personally, I like it more black than this, so I'm going to use it pointy ways so that it becomes as black as possible. So I'm going to speed up this process. You guys keep coloring. You can stop the video right now. Well, I've decided that for this project, I could just cover the paper with paint because it's a little bit faster. And it covers things really nicely. I'm using acrylic paint that I found in Dollar City. And acrylic paints dry really fast, so I don't have to wait too long until I can draw. There we go. Now I want you to remember when you're using paint and paintbrush, after you are done with it, your brush has to go into water while you're working on other things, or you can wash it right away if you can. If not, ask your mom to do it. Wash it with water and soap several times. We'll take care of it. So we can let it dry, and then we're gonna start drawing on it and then coloring. Okay? So you can stop the video, wait for the paper to get dry. Now, if you have black paper, that's totally perfect, right, for this project. So okay. Well, mine is dry already. If you use crayon, then you didn't have to wait, I guess. Now we're going to draw. What can we use to draw on a black paper? Well, you can use either white or gray. Or you can use something pointy like this so that you can scratch it and you can see the lines a little bit. Now, if you have dry pastel, remember that chalky material, then it is even better because later on you can brush it off. That way your lines, if you don't want to show it later, is going to be gone pretty easily. Now I'm going to use the dry pastel so that I can show you how to brush it off or erase it later. Okay? Now I have to put my butterfly and my dragonfly in this one paper. And we learned it so that they would be vertical and standing straight. But for this one, I want you to try to create something a little bit more dynamic using movement. So I think I'm going to put my butterfly like this in this direction and my dragonfly going in this direction. Okay, now that I have a plan, I'm going to start with my butterfly. I'm going to put that circle for the head, and I'm going to put a long ellipse for the body. And I'm going to mark and mark, and then mark and mark for my big top wings. I'm going to make them go like this diagonally, and then straight coming out and going diagonally like this. I think this side came out bigger, tiny bit, because I was trying to fit it inside of the paper, which you don't have to do, but for this one I wanted to. So I think I'm going to take advantage of this and make sure that this is bigger and this is smaller so that it looks like the butterfly is turned this way. So I'm gonna mark, 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 and I'm going to go down and up. This is gonna be a simple ellipse shape like this, and I'm going to measure, and I'm going to make sure that this one is gonna be smaller. So I'm gonna come out going diagonally, and I'm going to come back towards the mark that I made. So that's my butterfly. Now I'm going to give maybe 2 antennas. I'm not sure if I can do this easily, but maybe we can find a way to do it. And I'm going to put very simple pattern, just a shape like this for the big wing, and 2 circles for the small wings. I don't want to make things complicated because I have to paste eggshell here. Now try with one insect when we start coloring, and if it's gonna take too much time, then you can skip things, or you can just decide to do one insect or part of one insect with eggshell, and then the other insect just colored in crayon or dry pastel. But I don't think markers will work because they're too transparent. Okay, so now my dragonfly. Looking at the space that I have, I don't think I should make my dragonfly too big. So I'm going to make smaller head. It is much smaller compared to the butterfly's head, right? And then I'm going to remember to come out of here and here, not from the center, but from the side a little bit. Then I'm gonna go straight towards the end of the line, straight, then towards the end of the line so that it's kind of pointy like that. I'm gonna mark 2 lines for my big wing, and it's gonna go straight, round and triangle, and then back towards the body to get to the mark. I'm gonna do the same thing, straight, and I turn to make a little triangle, and then turn to go towards the mark. Now I think this wing is a little bit bigger than this one, yes. So I'm going to take advantage of this, and I'm going to make it look like it's turning a little bit by making this one longer and this one shorter. So I'm gonna make my mark for the lower wings. I'm going to just go straight on top of that line that I made, and I'm gonna go out just a little bit, then make a little triangle and go back towards the body, towards the line, towards the mark. Same thing, I'm going to come out a little bit longer than this point, turn to make a little triangle, and towards the mark. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to put any antenna for the dragonfly. So this is it. Drawing the two insects on. So here I have my dried eggshells. And then I have different types of glue. I have this white liquid glue. I have transparent silicone in liquid. And I have the stick. You can use anything you want, but if you use the stick one, you have to use a lot of it. So you have to press down a lot, and then you have to use a lot of it. So I'm gonna start from the center, I think. This time I'm going to use the stick glue. I'm going to put it all over the body and a lot of it. There we go. And I'm going to get a nice size of the eggshell. I'm gonna break a little bit, and I'm going to try to see if it'll be okay. And I think I'm going to get rid of this little thing because maybe it's gonna be too big for the body. Ooh, I think that's gonna work. After doing that the first time, I want you to use your fingers to press down. Just like that. Very cool, right? Okay. Ooh, I have this triangular one, and I think that's gonna go really, really well here in this space. Let me lift this and show you. See, there's a triangular space right here, and I think this triangular shell would go really well here. So I'm going to test it here and press. Now when you press it with your fingers, of course it's gonna get dirty. So if you don't like that, you can use a spoon to press it. So let me see. Here we go. I have this smaller one. I'm gonna put it right here and press with a spoon. This way my finger doesn't have to get dirty with the glue. So I keep doing the same process. I'm going to see out of all the eggshells that I have, which piece will fit really well. And then I'm just going to place it. Ooh, you can't really see it. Place it and press. And place it and press. Try to leave as little empty space showing through as possible. And I want you to also realize that the eggshell, when you crush, is gonna cover a little larger ground. See how this goes up to here? When I press it, it comes out a little bit larger. Now afterwards, it's gonna be a lot like puzzle making, because you have to see what will be a perfect piece for that empty space that you have. So you can break your shell so that it gets smaller for smaller areas, like right there, and crush. This is really, really fun. I love doing this. There we go. And for the tip, I'm gonna put this one and press. So you keep doing this process until you have covered all the areas that you have put your glue. Oh, look, this one's perfect. And so I'm going to, this one's kind of watery because I mixed water in here. But it's gonna be the same thing. So I'm using my finger to spread it out. And I'm going to do the same process. I break my eggshell so that it becomes a smaller piece. Wow, this is round, so this is gonna be perfect for the edge of the head. Look at that. And I crush. went out a little. And I'm gonna crush some more. Make sure that everything is touching. And I'm going to keep doing the same process. I can use this round edge, I'm hoping. Let's see. Ooh, this is just like a puzzle. Right there. Very nice. And I need something triangular for this little spot. I found the perfect one. I'm gonna put it and crush it, and the rest will be taken off. There. I think I'm done with the head. Maybe I'll put one more here. There we go. So we're going to keep doing this process, okay? You can stop. What a mess that we're making, right? Well, I'm almost done with my butterfly. As you can see, I am leaving the patterns inside without the eggshell so that I can use some other material to color it. I want you to also realize when you have small space, don't get stressed out about finding the perfect piece for it. You can choose something bigger, and then when you crush it, the areas that you have glued will get the eggshell, but if it doesn't have any glue, it's not going to get it, and when you do this, it's just gonna fall off. So you can just put something a little bit bigger that is not that perfect. You crush it, and when you do that and you do this, all the pieces that is not going inside of the shape will fall off because there's no glue there. Yeah? So let's continue. Have fun making a So for my dragonfly, I'm going to do the 4 wings, and I'm going to do the body, but not the head. I think I'm gonna make the head colored with something else. I haven't decided with what. Whether I'm gonna use glitter glue or a pastel pencil or a crayon. But here we go. I'm applying the eggshells for the dragonfly. And this time I put glue all over right away because I don't have to show any pattern. So I don't have to be too careful. Oops. Now I'm going to try to be a little bit more careful for the tips of the wings so that they look like there are 2 sets of wings instead of just 1. So I have to try to show one pointy end and another pointy end. For the rest, I don't have to worry too much. Yes, I am using the back of my fingers, my fingernails to crush the egg because it doesn't get stuck so much like the fingertips. You can do that too if you want. So let's speed up the process a little bit. And here we go. I have my last piece here. And I am done with my dragonfly. I'm going to clean up, shake away any eggshell that's not sticking. And I think I can take care of this little spot. So I found a piece that could work there. Press a few times so that it gets stuck really well, and anything that shouldn't be stuck will break away. Testing. Well, there we go. We're done. So, we are now done placing the eggshells. As you can see, I have left the... So there we go. I'm almost done with my dragonfly. I just have this little piece left. And I'm going to place and break. Then I'm going to do this so that I shake off any piece that is not supposed to be there. Anything extra that is on top of something else or something that is outside of the line where I did not glue. Well, so that's it. Placing the eggshell. Just remember that it doesn't matter sometimes if you by mistake do it, otherwise it is completely okay. But when you place the eggshell, make sure that the outside of the eggshell is on top, meaning the inside of the eggshell should go against the paper when you crush it. Okay, just remember this. And we're going to let this dry,